Region season for the Spanish Fort Dons set to begin here at Salem Hills High School. I'm Alan Huff along with Chris Hurst. National anthem about to be sung here, Chris, but if we get a second, we'll try to recap what we've missed and also where we're going, but hold on as we pause for the national anthem.
She nailed that one.
Well done. And, you know, again, Chris, you and I, we've been all out of the announcer's realm for here for about a month, and now we're back, and all of a sudden it's region play.
Right.
And we're getting down to the nitty-gritty, the Dons against the Skyhawks in a rivalry. Talk about this Skyhawks team first of all.
Yeah, they come into this. They struggled a little bit in the preseason with a 4-7 record, but they have some players on their team this season. They're led by James Nelson, just a sophomore. He's averaging a little over 17.5, and then also Bean DeGraffenried's his wingman. He's just a junior at 10.5. So a very young Salem Hills team. They're not as big as they were last season, but they, you know, It'll be a challenge for the Dons to beat them tonight.
Yeah, it'll be a tough one. The Spanish Fort Dons, likewise, Chris, they had a little bit of a rough go in region play, just starting off 3-7. During that break, they had a win against, I believe it was Cedar.
Yeah, they beat Cedar.
And also against Brighton last week as well.
They beat Brighton, I believe that was Tuesday of this,
it was just
this week.
That's right.
We went up and did that game at Brighton last year, and that was probably the most entertaining loss I've seen. That was a good game as they turn off the lights here. It's showtime now.
Well, that being said, I can't see anything in front of me, but we want to thank tonight's sponsors. In particular, the car guys, State Farm, Lance Wilson, Triple T, Heating and Air, Two Jacks Pizza, MVP Sports, and of course, SFCN, who will be bringing this game to you tonight as the Salem Hills Skyhawks getting set to be introduced on the floor.
Can we cheat and turn on our flashlights? So
we're going to need them. The starters for Salem Hills tonight will be Caleb DeGraffenried, Braxton Bambro, Bean DeGraffenried, Branson Webster, and of course James Nelson, who you talked about, leading scorer for this team, only a sophomore. For the Dons, Tanner Argyle. He'll be alongside Garrett Hales, who's overcoming an ailment. Austin Tyre, Braxton Knowles, or Bridger Knowles, excuse me, and Jax Tobiason.
Right.
It's dark over here.
It's very dark, and Tanner Argyle comes in. He's just a junior, but he's averaging nearly 12.5 points a ball game. And if the Dons want to win this game, I think the formula for their success is going to be to slow it down, have some good shot selection tonight, and I don't think they want to get in a shootout because that's just not their game. They're averaging, you know, in the 40s, where Salem's been up more in the 50-point range.
Exactly.
Again.
Salem, you're going to expect to see them offensively push the ball against this Dons team. And Spanish Fork, they pretty much owned this rivalry for the past few years.
Their last meeting, I believe they destroyed him by around 40 points. I missed that game, but
that was one heck of a game where the Dons just completely dismantled Salem Hills in that last game last year, of course, at Spanish Fork High School. However, this game set to begin. Salem Hills in the white trimmed in Columbia blue, the Dons in their red away uniforms.
Now the Dons played on Tuesday. Salem hasn't played at all this week.
Well, Salem comes down, they're going to re-tip. Spanish Fork with a measurable size advantage over this Salem Hills team. Salem Hills, I believe their tallest guy stands about 6'3", maybe 6'4", where Jax Tobiasen now going to be going up for the tip, stands about 6'8". Hales, no.
That was Thor.
Oh, it's Tyre, that's right. Here come the Salem Hills Skyhawks. Look, they put us here in the corner. It's a little difficult to see that other end of the floor,
right.
For me at least. Might have to steal those glasses from you, Chris.
I need to get new glasses. I'm having a hard time myself.
Well, then, you might as well just go blind, and I'll take whatever you have. Salem in possession into the first minute of the first quarter of this contest. As again, region season has now kicked off.
Don's going with a 3-2 zone here early on against the Skyhawks.
Corner to Graffenried underneath. They work it back outside. 3-ball good for Salem Hills. That was James Nielsen.
And we mentioned him earlier. He's averaging just 17 points a ball game, and he's looked very comfortable taking that three at the top of the key, or the top of the arc.
He scored that. I was looking down.
Tanner Argyle. I didn't recognize him. He
down.
Doesn't have his white mohawk going on.
Yeah.
Who is that guy, number 3?
Take a minute to figure that out. Again, we haven't seen these kids in a while. 3-ball missed and a rebound. Nielsen with it. Excuse me, Nelson. You're gonna have to correct me and fix me on that one. I wrote it down wrong. Baseline, Nelson back out. They work it over. Webster, 3-ball, and he drains it. Branson Webster.
Now Salem's looking to use to their advantage against this zone defense. They swung the ball well, found the open man, hit that 3-ball. Great movement by Salem.
I represented. It was Beans. It was Bean de Graffenried that knocked that first 3 down. As Argyle knocks down another shot for the Dons.
And Argyle has not found a shot this season, and he hasn't looked comfortable taking.
3-ball on the way again. Salem Hills just firing away. That was Nelson.
Got away with a little bit of a hack there.
Yeah, Spanish in possession. 3-ball, could have been a foul, nothing called.
Yeah, they're letting him play here a little bit.
And Salem Hills travels. The point guard for the Skyhawks.
Pretty good environment here tonight, Alan. A lot of Salem and Spanish Fork students here.
Caleb DeGraffenried going to run the point along with Branson Webster as the guards for this Skyhawk team. Salem Hills also in that 3-2 defense.
Spanish Fork looking to slow down the tempo here.
Underneath, Jax Tobiasen loses a dribble. Salem Hills in possession. Here come the Skyhawks. That's Nelson. Dribbles, passes back out to Webster. Nelson to the base, puts it up. No good, gets his own board, or at least tries to. Can't handle it, the Dons kick it out. Argyle to the base. Back outside to Hales. Garrett Hales holds on a little long.
Spanish Fork needs to move the ball a little bit. They're just content to hold on and dribble.
However, going to the free throw line is going to be Tanner Argyle for the Dons.
That's just the first team foul on Salem as number 21, Branson Webster picks that one up.
It's nice when they have these scoreboards, isn't it?
With the foul, yeah.
Makes it so much easier. Argyle misses. It's rare.
I believe the Don Dome has the original scoreboard that the
that it was
Brother Brigham had sent down from Salt Lake.
I know they replaced that scoreboard. I think it was when I was in high school. That's what they've stuck with since.
I guess if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Well, hey, you know, the district can afford to put one here. Why can't they afford to do it in Spanish?
Well, that's the problem. They built this. Now they can't afford anything.
Between this and Maple Mountain High School.
Right.
Caleb DeGraff and Reed with the ball. Goes cross court to Webster. Or no, not Webster. That was Nelson.
Nelson, yeah. They hit their first 2 threes and gone cold a little bit since.
That's right. 6-5 the lead for the Skyhawks.
Or the Seahawks.
We're going to get that fixed on the bottom of your screen soon.
Yeah. I refer to him as the Mud Ducks myself.
That's right. Bump and a foul. No shot. That foul committed by Nelson. And the Salem Hills will bring in David Jones along with Tanner Bills.
Yeah, Salem's got a lot of youth on this team along with Spanish Fork. And we can't see most of the court. This is quite the environment. We got people walking by us all the time.
Spanish Fork in possession. Knowles underneath. Tobias in power basketball.
That was a man move right there. Jax Tobias can do that all day against the smaller Skyhawks.
That's what the Dons are going to need to find more and more in region play. Is the Skyhawks turn it over. 3 ball missed by Thayer, and here come the Skyhawks. Left side. Salem goes back up top. Work it over. 3 ball on the way from Bean to Graffenreid. He misses, and here come the Dons.
I guess the Skyhawks are going to live and die by the 3. I almost called them the Seahawks.
It's fixed now, see? 3 ball good. Tanner Argyle. He has opened it up. He's got 8 of the Dons' 10.
He came to play, and he does most nights. He starts out hot. Hopefully he can continue that on throughout the game.
You may see, I mean, the Dons, they utilized a lot of players in preseason ball. We'll see if more and more into region play you start to see these guys, the starters, I mean, get more of a green light.
Right, and you've got to use a lot of guys in the preseason because you have some of those tournaments where you're playing 3 games in 3 days. And, you know, the schedule's more back-to-back games.
Argyle knocks down another one.
Well, that makes 11 for him as he's got 11 of the 13. He's on fire.
I would say so. Big 3. And the ball nearly turned over again. Now Webster back out to Caleb DeGraffenreid. Webster on the base. Back out to DeGraffenreid. They want to keep it out of the corner. They put it back up top to Jones.
The Spanish Fork's doing a pretty good job of rotating on defense.
Bean DeGraffenreid can't connect. However, a jump ball as Bridger Knowles gets tied up.
That was a great hustle by Bryson Webster of Salem, who had no business getting that rebound.
No,
and he goes in there and ties him up. Was that Bridger Knowles?
Yeah.
Bridger Knowles needs to take control of that ball.
Well, he just brought it down into the Webster's breadbasket. Underneath, a bump and a foul. Tanner Bills fouled by the Dons, and that will be against.
That's Knowles' first foul, I believe.
Bridger Knowles. Substitution for the Dons. Brady Lewis in for Garrett Hills. Underneath. Salem Hills trying to work it back outside. Back under. With the ball.
That looked like a double dribble to me.
It looked to me like Cameron Morris took it one too many as Morris to the base. Wilson. Up. Foul. 2 shots coming.
Brandon Cogden.
James Nelson.
Nelson will go to the line, but Brandon Cogden picks up the foul. Just a freshman.
Yeah, Cogden. Second leading scorer, I believe, in the Dons rotation. Is just a freshman. I might be wrong.
Yeah, we'll hold on. I'll look that up. He's averaging 2.7.
Oh, never mind. It's Knowles.
Bridger Knowles, a sophomore, averaging 9.3, but they're still very young with Tanner Argyle, just a junior. They'll be good next year as well.
2 free throw shots made by Nelson on Salem's end. The Dons miss, and Salem on this end again. Fouled by number 32, Braden Christensen.
Christensen's another big body that can disrupt Salem Hills down low if he gets the opportunity.
We want to thank Triple T Heating and Air for sponsoring tonight's game. 3-ball missed.
Spanish Fort needs to continue to build this lead, because if Salem gets hot, they can come back in a hurry.
Whistle and a foul against Salem Hills.
That's Webster, and I believe that's his second. Getting a little bit of early foul trouble. Webster's averaging 8 points a game as Tanner Argyle takes a seat with his 11 points. We'll have to see where the Dons go for their offense this time around.
Up top, Congdon. Dons looking underneath and connecting. Is that Braden Christensen with the bucket?
It is. Number 32 gets the alley-oop. Layup. Great pass that time by the Dons.
Now 3 in the Dons roster have scored. A 3-ball missed by Salem Hills. Tobiasen power board. Here come the Dons. Garrett Hales up top. He'll pull up. 3-ball.
Oh.
No, just rattles off, and fighting hard as Tobiasen can't hang on. Back out, Nelson. They work it to the left. Shot up by DeGraff and Reed. No good. That was Bean DeGraff and Reed. Dons with it. Both teams cooling off a little bit here towards the end of the first.
That's your Spanish Fork. You might want to just hold here for the last shot. You got a 7-point lead. Of course, sometimes when you go into this prevent offense, you get a turnover.
14 on the clock, and a carry by Garrett Hales.
And right on cue, they turn it over.
Unforced error. That'll give the ball back to the Skyhawks.
You don't see that called very often, do you?
No.
It's kind of a ticky-tack call that time.
Especially when a guy is just clearly not being guarded. Nelson, long 3, and a high one, missed. Ball out of bounds. It'll go back to Salem.
I swear that ball went off Christensen.
That's what I thought.
The refs didn't see it that way, and the Dons will get the ball.
We have a pretty good view here.
Right.
1 on the clock. Congdon ain't going to connect on that one, but the Spanish Fort Dons in the first take a 15-8 lead over Salem Hills.
Hi, welcome to 2 Jack's Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to 2 Jack's Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork, or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
In Spanish Fork, see your good neighbor State Farm agent Lance Wilson for your insurance and financial needs.
Once again, the Dons with a 15-8 lead over the Salem Hills team in that first quarter. Pretty dominant quarter for one player in the Dons lineup, Tanner Argyle with 11.
We'd like to thank our sponsors here on Spanish Fork Cable. We got the Car Guys with the instant replay, MVP Sports with the MVP player of the game, Lance Wilson with the great assists of the game. We saw a couple in the first quarter. 2 Jack's Pizza, Spanish Fork Community Network, and then Triple T Heating and Cooling. Great sponsors that make these wonderful broadcasts possible. You also can stream these live on YouTube or the Spanish Fork Community Network site.
Yes, and we encourage those who are, you might be out of town for a game, wherever, you can use your cell phone and watch a game anymore.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I wonder where we'll be in 10 years with some of these things.
I don't know. It's scary to think about. You won't even need cards. You can just be teleported wherever you want to go.
That'll be nice. It is 2016, and I didn't get my flying car in 2015.
That's right. Terrible. Shot up and missed, a foul, and Jax Tobiasen will go to the free throw line for 2 shots.
And the Skyhawks don't have anybody that can match up with Jax Tobiasen. He's a solid 6'7", and like you mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Salem Hill's tallest guy is 6'3", and they're a lot thinner than Jax is as well.
Much more lean for sure. Tobiasen misses the front end of this 2-shot scenario. Dons are playing Tobiasen with excuse me, no, I'm looking at the wrong stat up there. He has no fouls, so we're good.
Tobiasen has done a great job of staying out of foul trouble because he has a tendency to get in it, but he doesn't have any at this point in the ballgame.
Knocks down 1 of 2. So he has 3 points, and the Dons with a 16-8 lead. Salem on their end. With the ball, Cameron Morris. Morris over right side to Kobe Gowdy, who just checked in. Gowdy back to Morris. Salem Hills turns the ball over. An ill-advised pass by James Nelson, and the Dons with it. Right side, and the ball nearly turned over.
Great hands by Thor.
Shot up, missed. Rebound, Salem Hills. Here come the Skyhawks. Angle left again is Morris.
Salem came out, hit their first 2 threes, and man, they've gone cold from behind the arc since then. They've had plenty of open looks.
They have not made a field goal since the first, until I just opened my mouth. Tanner Bills knocks down the shot. They hadn't made a field goal since, I believe it was the first minute of the game.
Yeah.
Minute and a half, maybe.
They got on the board early and quick. But the Dons, powered through. But give credit Spanish Fork. They've been ferocious on that zone defense they've been playing.
We want to thank MVP Sports for sponsoring tonight's MVP of the game, located at 72 North Main in Spanish Fork. 798-3587 is a number, or you can go to MVPSportsUtah.com. Alley-oop inbound. Argyle ends up with it. He's fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And Argyle's pretty good free throw shooter. Let's see if he can connect on these 2.
Dons as a team, 2 of 4. Argyle, 1 of 2. First one good.
And we didn't jinx him that time.
We did not.
Now, that was the 7th team foul by the Skyhawks, so Spanish Fork will be shooting the rest of this half, and there's 6 minutes and 33 seconds left in it.
Yeah.
So that's big.
Argyle rolls the last one in.
Shooter's touch.
18-10, Dons with the lead. Left side. It's thrown away by Gowdy. Here come the Dons. Tired to the base. Lays it up, scored it.
Austin Thor gets the bucket that time, and Salem will call timeout. And their passing has been questionable the last few possessions for Salem Hills.
The Car Guy sponsors tonight's instant replays of the game, as you see this one here by Tire. They are located at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork. 798-0077 is a number where you can reach them or visit them online at thecarguysutah.com. Well, I'm going to tell you, a 10-point lead here in the second quarter. The Dons off to a great start, Chris.
Yeah, that's for sure. They've played well on both ends of the court. They've made the shots that they've needed to make, and they've really stifled Salem Hills, where they came out really hot. But the one thing you worry about for Spanish Fork is if they do get hot, because that corner 3, as they rotate the ball, has been open. So you got to make a couple of small adjustments, but for the most part, I think the Dons have played pretty good defense so far this evening. For Salem, you just got to start knocking down some of those open looks and then stop turning the ball over.
Don's going a little smaller as Tobiasen still on the bench for Spanish Fork. Big man now, Bridger Knowles, along with number 15, Brady Lewis. They're going to take the duties of controlling the post. And Salem Hills in possession of the ball. Branson Webster gets it to Caleb DeGraff in the lead, as Salem Hills now has gone back to their starters. To the base, missed layup, And the Dons with the rebound. Nice job there by Bridger Knowles pulling that down. 3-ball, good. Austin for 3.
Yeah, and Austin, he has a tendency to get hot from behind the arc. We saw that from him last season and earlier in the preseason.
Lance Wilson, State Farm Insurance, sponsoring tonight's great assist of the game. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Right side.
Spanish Fork's really extended this zone defense up high, and wow, I don't know where James Nelson was throwing the ball that time.
Yeah, that was a little ill-advised.
That's 3 huge turnovers, just the last 4 possessions for Salem Hills.
So back running the point, Tanner Argyle, he has 13 tonight, and Salem Hills gets it right back from him.
It looks like Salem's just, their offense is designed to run 5 guys at the top of the, beyond the arc, and once in a while cut somebody through the middle. Really has extended this Dons defense.
Shot up by Webster, no, rebound to the Dons. Here they come, left side, Garrett Hales. Hales pulls back. To find Argyle right here.
And Salem switched here to man-to-man defense.
Shot up, no good. Rebound Salem Hills as Brady Lewis misses there.
That's a shot you need to make when you're that close. You need to connect on those easy layups.
Caleb DeGraffenried for 3. So 13 on the board, DeGraffenried's first bucket of the game.
And when I think of DeGraffenried, I think of Payson for some reason, but that name's becoming pretty popular here at Salem Hills.
Well, they've all
well.
moved over here.
They have.
Jimmy, the head coach, obvious star of Salem Hills basketball, and Phil, an assistant coach. I said Salem Hills basketball is Payson, both of those guys, Phil and Jimmy. Big stars at Payson High School. Jimmy went on to play college ball at, I believe
Weber?
Both of them played college ball at Weber State. Could be wrong on that. I know for a fact Jimmy did. Had a great college career there. Up top, Salem Hills worked it around, ball knocked away. Turnover once again. Salem Hills. Those long passes and another attempted one, that time just tipped away by the Dons.
That's 4 in this quarter of it. Just horrible passes.
Garrett Hales holds it up, bumped, no foul called.
Coach Roberts wants a timeout, and I guess
no, he
grateful
doesn't.
He didn't get it.
Austin knocks it down. He's got 7 points, Austin Thayer.
Timeout, no timeout.
No, we're good. 12-point lead for the Dons at 25-13. Ball knocked away again. The Dons active. That time Tobiasen. There's your 20-second timeout.
20-second timeout as the Dons have their hands of fury going on tonight.
That's right. Defense working well for Spanish Fork, at least in the long-distance passing game for Salem Hills. I want to thank 2 Jack's Pizza for sponsoring tonight's game as well, along with the car guys, State Farm, Lance Wilson, State Farm Insurance, on Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, MVP Sports, SFCN for being a part of this, and obviously SFCN bringing this game to you here on Channel 17 tonight. And we want people to understand also, Chris, that during, when between Spanish Fork and Maple Mountain, now if 2 games are going on, you can switch from 17 to 16. If you're missing one game, you're probably going to find the other one on the other channel if they're playing that night, and if that doggone city council meeting isn't on that night.
Who wants to watch the city council meeting when you got these basketball games going on? Unless you need to, like a nap or something.
Yeah.
Offensive foul
that's
that
right.
time.
Moving pick on Salem Hills. It appeared to be on Braxton Bambro.
And make sure you're tuning in on Tuesdays and Fridays, because we're going to have a a lot of games coming up here as region play gets fast and furious for both Maple Mountain and Spanish Fork, and both teams have a good shot at winning the region again this season.
Should be exciting. Outside, Tanner Argyle, bump, fouled. Call it on the Dons. Well, off the
Offensive
ball.
foul.
They're going to call a foul against Spanish Fork, and that will go against Braden Christensen. That'll be a second.
And he's one of those guys that has a tendency to get in foul trouble as well.
What big guys are there for, Chris? You're going to bruise you up. Bambro kicks it back out. Webster all alone and knocks down the three. And you said, well, the Dons had better be careful about the corner three, and now they're getting a little bit of punishment from it.
It's been open the last, it's been open the whole game. I guess they're just willing to give that up with this defense that they're playing.
Argyle on the base, rattles, no, rebound and a foul against the Dons. I think Christensen picking up his third there is going to make a quick trip out.
Right. Yeah, and coming up next for the Dons, you have Wasatch on Tuesday, and that will be broadcast here on Channel 17. And then, like you mentioned, Salem Hills, or Maple Mountain will be right here at Salem Hills on Channel 16, both those games being broadcast at the same time.
Yep. So Wasatch at home, you say?
Yes.
Shot up and good. The run into the 1-and-1 for Bambro.
I've just been like a coach. I've just been taking it one game at a time. I was so focused on this one, I didn't even look to see who they were playing until I just checked it on my phone.
That's good. So Salem Hills, perfect 4 of 4 from the line. Spanish Fork's lead cut to 7.
And now this is a point where if you're Spanish Fork, you got to take that momentum back, keep that lead going into the half. You don't want to give the Skyhawks any momentum.
Austin Pryor, ball swatted away. Nelson got it there.
Took a little too long throwing that shot up that time for Thor, and he paid the price.
I want to thank Two Jacks Pizza for sponsoring tonight's game. They took care of us before the game. They always have some here. Chris always shows up a little too late.
I need to be on time, huh?
You have to get here a little bit earlier. You can get in on some of that. He rolled right over the ball. Jump ball.
Yeah, that looked like that could have hurt, but it looks like he came up all right.
Yeah. Salem Hills in possession. Pretty packed house tonight.
Yeah, great crowd, great environment. A lot of noise here tonight as well.
Yeah. A minute 29 remaining here in the second quarter as the Dons make a substitution, bringing in Congdon.
Give Salem credit. They've done a good job of fighting back in this ball game and hitting those corner threes. Looks like it might be all Dons all night.
Webster back out, shot up, 3 ball, got it. Nelson with a bucket, and it's a 4-point game.
I think Tanner Argyle's going to try and answer here.
Pushes one up, the ball blocked there a little bit, unable to convert. DeGraff and Reed, they work at left side. Is that Nelson again?
Yeah,
he misses this time, but Salem Hills gets it back. To the base, shot up at the right hand, no good for Morris, and the Dons at the board, 47 on the clock.
Just seems like just a couple of minutes ago, the Dons had that 12-point lead, and Salem's done a great job of whittling that thing down right before the half.
Hales, angle left, work up at the top of the key,
wow.
Thrown away. Tobiasen loses it. Going to the base, Nelson puts it up and swatted by Tobiasen. Salem on the board, can't connect. Is being DeGraff and Reed. One shot, Jesse Roberts is calling, but 3 ball jacked up by Argyle. He can't get it. The ball knocked away as he got his own rebound. What a series here.
Argyle's got a little too much adrenaline going in him right now. He just needs to relax a little bit as it looks like they might pull him out of the game.
Substitution. And they'll bring in Austin off the bench.
Yeah, that's
Argyle's going to have a cooling off period.
They said one shot, he didn't listen. Roberts let him have it a little bit, but They give Argyle credit. He's been playing hard.
It is a touch loud to be hearing
it is
the
touch
coach.
loud.
8 ticks remaining. Salem Hills wants a final shot. Who can blame them? DeGraff and Reed, right side, 3-ball, no at the buzzer. And the Dons, who had a pretty solid lead, one pointed at 12, it's been cut down to 4 as we head to the half. 25-21, Dons with the edge here on Spanish Fork 17.
MVP Sports is the #1 source for sporting goods in Spanish Fork. Football, soccer, all the fall sports, we've got you covered. Check out our new custom t-shirt builder. Design at home and we'll build it for you. MVP Sports, 72 North Main in Spanish Fork. You know Triple T Heating and Cooling, but did you know that Triple T does plumbing? From tankless hot water, soft water, and reverse osmosis drinking water systems, right down to that leaky faucet. Triple T sure does plumbing. Call Triple T at 801-798-7711 today. Need a new car or truck? The Car Guys has the best selection of used vehicles at the best prices in Spanish Fork. The Car Guys know their automobiles to get you the best car for your needs and your budget. The Car Guys at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork.
Chris, that first half, the Spanish Fork Dons, they had a pretty solid lead, and I think that it's fair to say that swat down on this end where Jax Tobias got that last one, that might very well be your play of the game if you're going to pick one.
Yeah, it wasn't an assist, not a Lance Wilson State Farm assist, but it was a swat. That was a man swat right there.
That was for sure. Tobias held that point off for Salem Hills, but Salem Hills cutting into that Dons lead and now have only a 4-point deficit against Spanish Fork. What are some of the things that you think the Dons need to do?
I think they just need to calm down a little bit on offense. Towards the end of that half, Tanner Argyle was pushing things. He shot an air ball, shot one that barely hit the bottom of the rim, and that's not how you're going to make baskets, Alan. I don't know if you know this, but I think he needs to calm down. He had 11 points there in the first quarter and then only had a couple free throws there in the second quarter as we're having a little audio problem.
Spark in the ear there. But nevertheless, I mean, we look at down the stat line here. Tanner Argyle with 13 points, all of them, or the large majority of them, coming in the first quarter where he scored 11. Austin Thayer, he had a great first half with 7 points. That all came in the second quarter. Seems like the guards are where you're going to need to go for the Dons to be able to score a whole lot tonight is that outside game and working it with your guards.
I'd also like to see him go into Jax Tobias in here a couple times and maybe see if they can't get some of these Skyhawks in foul trouble, as they had quite a few fouls in that first half and a couple guys with 2 fouls. But the one thing they got to do is they got to figure out how to cover that corner 3 over there, because that's been open all night, and once Salem was able to hit a couple, that opened up the middle too. And as we can see, Nelson, number 30, watch out for him. He can shoot the 3-ball.
They've been getting those corner shots. Luckily for the Dons, they haven't been connecting a whole lot on those shots. James Nelson, the leading scorer at over 17 a game for Salem Hills, held to just 5 in that first half, so the Dons have done a pretty good job on him. Branson Webster, however, the leading scorer at guard, he has scored 6 in that first half. So it'll be interesting to see where the Dons go from here, what kind of game plan is implemented in the second half to slow down Salem Hills' momentum as they took it into the locker room.
Right, and they've been running that zone defense clear up past the arc. So I don't know if you want to go man here, but I'm afraid you might get beat for some easy layups. I think you want to continue with that zone, but just say, hey, we've got to rotate a little bit to that outside corner a little faster.
Second half basketball coming up soon here on Spanish Fork 17. Again, a 25-21 lead for the Spanish Fork Dons.
Hi, welcome to Two Jacks Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to Two Jacks Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
In Spanish Fork, see your good neighbor State Farm agent Lance Wilson for your insurance and financial needs.
2 minutes before game time for the second half between the Spanish Fork Dons and the Salem Hills Skyhawks. And I got to tell you, Chris, I have been notified that I have a couple of lines right here between my eyes. And
the makeup budget's been cut this year,
yeah, I was
folks,
wondering
so that's
why
we're not looking as good this season.
Yeah, I was wondering why hair and makeup wasn't here to take care of this, but it was just a venomous attack by a couple of leeches right there, I think. I don't even know. But anyways, I apologize for my appearance this evening.
You know what? You're looking great as always, Alan.
Yeah, well, you know what? Hey, we're men. We're supposed to be roughed up a little bit once in a while. Nevertheless, we're getting ready for an exciting second half of basketball. The Dons and the Skyhawks have taken the floor back to the floor and warming up and getting ready. And the Dons again, Chris. Salem Hills took the momentum into the locker room. Can the Dons thwart that momentum and send it back the way of the red?
Yeah, if you're Spanish Fork, you just need to calm down a little bit on offense. I think they were pressing, especially Tanner Argyle. And he has a tendency to do that, but he's just a junior. So I think hopefully Coach Roberts calmed him down a little bit at the half and said, hey guys, we got a 4-point lead. Let's just calm down. Let's keep playing tough defense and let's cover that corner and, see what happens here in the second half. It'd be huge to get off to a 1-0 start here in region play.
I think it's pretty safe to say that Salem Hills, they like to use a perimeter for their shots.
Right.
The Dons need to again, be careful not to give them anything underneath, but be extra careful to make sure that you've got your corners covered, and we'll see if they can do that in the second half as we get set to begin it here at Salem Hills High School.
And, I think the key for Salem Hills is that just rip it, and make those shots. I think sometimes they were thinking a little too much on those three-point shots.
Again, we want to thank the car guys, State Farm Insurance, Lance Wilson, the agent, along with Triple T, heating, cooling, and plumbing, along with 2 Jacks Pizza, MVP Sports, and, of course, SFCN. For bringing tonight's game to you as we're back underway. Jax Tobiasen underneath. Dons, wow, have to kick it out. Tobiasen, he went down pretty hard there.
That was a collision.
Foul as Bridger Knowles goes to the rack. Gonna say that shot's down. Dons will inbound underneath.
Yes.
Austin Thayer will bring it in.
The Spanish Fork likes to pack it in a little bit more than Salem Hills, as Salem's looks like they kind of got a man-to-man defense here.
Argyle, shot, got it. Tanner Argyle with 15. First bucket of the half between either squad. Dons back to a 6-point edge.
I think that's a good sign if you're a Dons fan, because I think this team goes as Tanner Argyle goes.
Garrett Hales nearly poked a pass away just prior to that shot. Oh, what do we have here? They call a jump ball?
I think that's a takedown in wrestling for 2 points. I might be mistaken. That was a power move.
Yeah, that's just something where Nelson, again, he's just a sophomore.
Yeah.
Going up against this senior, Jax Tobiasen, who's much thicker.
Yeah.
Tried to man up on him. It didn't quite work, and a bucket good for Salem Hills. Knocked down by Braxton Bambro. He's got 4.
But it's good to see Jax Tobiasen being a little more aggressive this season at times. It seemed like, yeah, he had a big body, but he didn't know how to use it.
Trying to work it underneath here. Shovels, no good. Rebound to Bean DeGraffenried of Salem Hills. He'll bring it up the floor on his own. Take it to the base. Finds himself trapped, throws it away as Webster can't hang on.
That's another thing Salem Hills does a lot of, and that is make ill-advised passes and lead to turnovers. And see if the Dons can capitalize once again. That's what really fueled the Dons' last big run, was some huge turnovers by Salem.
Tanner Argyle across the midcourt line. Argyle guarded by Webster closely. Blows by him, but Webster just picks it off, takes it away, and the ball knocked away. The Dons with it.
Always get one of those sequences in these high school games where you have back-to-back turnovers.
Fire for 3. No. Tobiasen back out. He'll take another one. 3 ball, got it. Austin Thayer, he has 10 points, and Dons guards in double figures. Garrett Hales, the starting guard, left out of the mix here.
Well, he's capable of putting points up as he has 10. As we go to break with Spanish Fork leading 23. I guess we'll keep it here, Alan.
Yeah, we'll keep it here. 6 minutes 5 remaining here in the third quarter. The Dons just in a 30-second timeout, so of course we will. Again, we want to thank Two Jacks Pizza for sponsoring tonight's game.
If you're watching this, give them a call.
798-8601 is a number where you can reach him, and I have it there by memory.
There's no notes in front of us, so if it's the police department, send your complaints into Spanish Fork Cable. Attention, Alan Hopp.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to just say this. I know I'm right. 6:05 remaining, Salem in possession. Across the midcourt line, Branson Webster goes left side to Nelson.
Alan, I have confirmation that phone number is correct. 798-8601 for Two Jacks Pizza.
There you go. To the base to Graffenried. Ball swatted away by Tobias, and we have a foul against the Dons. It'll be the second of the half. Foul situation for Spanish Fork, or excuse me, the first of the half for the Dons. Foul situation for the Dons. No real major foul trouble of note.
Bridger Knowles has 2, but for the most part, everybody else has 0 or 1.
Yeah.
And Garrett Hells picks up his first.
Yep. There's his first. Second team foul.
I've been very impressed with Jax Tobias, and he's had 3 huge blocks in this game, and he's really making Salem pay when they try and go down low on inside on him.
Webster left side. Caleb de Graffenried, and the ball stolen away, and a whistle and a foul against Salem Hills. Tobiasen just stepped in the way of that pass.
Salem Hills just needs to focus on getting any type of shot off. I don't think they've taken a shot the last 3 possessions.
Yeah. Turnover's a problem for the Skyhawks from the beginning of the game. Scoring has slowed down from time to time, and you just get little spurts of scoring from here and there. Is going up hard with it is Knowles. He can't connect. Salem with the ball.
Knowles could have picked up a foul there.
Underneath, the shot no good, and the ball out of bounds. Will go to the Dons. So at least they got a shot off there.
They get a shot off. If they want to get more shots off like that, I might could do that for them. Now the Dons crowd is making some noise here.
Ashi Baba. 3-ball, good. Austin Thayer, he's got 13.
That's his 3rd 3-pointer of the game, 2nd of the quarter. He's on fire. In fuego.
In fuego indeed. As Garrett Hills brings it up after a 3-point miss, he's fouled. And that one will go against, I believe, Webster is who they called that one on. Foul situation for Salem Hills. Webster is coming out of the game for Cameron Morris. But leading scorer Nelson has 3 fouls. Shovel, no good by Tobiasen. And here come the Skyhawks.
Good thing Tobiasen can jump because he had to go up to get that inbounds pass. That's impressive vertical.
Hills with the kick, ball out of bounds. 4:24 remaining in the third period. All inbound to Cameron Morris. Morris up top.
Salem's posting up a couple more guys this quarter instead of having 4 guys on the perimeter. They've got 2 down low, trying to open some things up, I guess.
And you know, with an inside game, it helps to open up the outside. So even if you're relying on that, get a big guy in there. Foul against the Dons as Bambro tries to go up for the shot.
And Jax Tobiasen's decided that key is his, and he's not going to let anybody shoot in it tonight. Even though there was that foul, it was a great effort by Tobiasen to get that block.
Braxton Bambro is 2 for 2. Now 2 for 3.
Braxton's a senior for Salem Hills.
2 points for Salem Hills in the quarter, and we're halfway through it. Now 3. Shot good. He has all 3 of Salem Hills' points in the quarter. The ball picked off. Tyre gets it, and the ball swatted away. Nelson all over him.
Well, Nelson, with ferocious defense that time, finally gets away with the ball. He tried to throw it off Thor, and Thor did a great job of catching that.
Into the paint, ball knocked out, shot up and good. Nice play by DeGraff and Reed. That's Caleb DeGraff and Reed, his second bucket.
Let's see if Spanish Fork can answer here as their lead's been cut out once again.
Well, down to 7. Argyle up top.
Looks like Tobiason wants to set up a screen here.
Tried to find a cutting Knowles, couldn't, takes it himself. Misses, rebound, Salem Hills, and a foul.
And that's just a frustration foul by Tobiason. He did get fouled when he went up. They didn't call it, and then he reaches in and gets one called on himself.
Yeah, that's might require a cooling off. That is Tobiason's first. They must have given credit for that. I don't see it up there, though.
He's coming out of the game, and they'll put that up on the board.
Is.
Just 3 points for Tobiason so far this evening.
Cameron Morris to DeGraff and Reed. They work it right side to Nelson. 3 ball by DeGraff and Reed. No, rebound to Salem Hills. Morris. It's underneath. Finds Caleb again. Morris, ball blocked by Thoyer, and the ball taken back by Salem.
And it's a swat fest here for Spanish Fork.
There's Caleb DeGraff and Reed with a bucket. He has 7.
They scored the last 4 points for Salem here.
It is a 5-point game, folks. 2:20 left. Foul. No shot.
Oh, no shot. But both teams with 4 fouls here in the third quarter, so we're still a little ways from the bonus situation, but they're getting there in a hurry.
Argyle will inbound. Christensen, Thoyer, Argyle. Ball taken away as Argyle tries to bounce it off Morris. It didn't work out. DeGraff and Reed. Here's where Salem can really cut into the Dons a little bit with a bucket, and they get it. Bean DeGraff and Reed.
That lane was wide open, and Bean took advantage of it as this lead's now been cut to 3.
33-30 for the Dons. And now Argyle looks confused, gets it away. Congdon with it. Point guard, Tanner Argyle, going up against Morris. Dons with 1:29 left. There's the bucket that Congdon's been waiting for. It's his first of the game. The Dons back up 5.
And the freshman gets on the board.
Underneath. Shot up, good. Left-hander by Bean DeGraff and Reed. So the DeGraff and Reed boys are digging in now. The pace and blood showing up here in the blue. Argyle misses, rebound Salem.
Argyle slow to get up, but does.
Nelson, they're going to call an offensive foul against Nelson. Said he cleared. Or do they call it against off the ball?
Wow.
Now they called it on Nelson.
And that's Nelson. That's his 4th. So he's one more and he's disqualified. That's huge.
Yeah.
For Salem as he's their leading scorer with 17.6 a game, but he's been awfully cold tonight.
Into the game for the Dons, Josh Chingus. As Hales is fouled going up. So Garrett Hales will go to the line for 2 shots.
Looking for his first bucket of the game, or points of the game.
Yeah, he's played the majority of the game. He hasn't found a ton of shots, but certainly has provided some of those Lance Wilson great assists of the game. Missed the first, and he'll get one more.
After Spanish here, you got to make a little run, get some comfort and room. As the basketball is a game of streaks and momentum swings.
Harrells hits the second. Garrett with 1 point. 36 on the clock. Up top, Morris. Left side, Webster. Branson Webster, 2 dribbles, back to Morris. Work it back right side, 3-ball, long, rebound, a foul against Spanish Fork underneath. They're probably going to get Austin Thayer on that.
Are they calling that on Thayer or Christensen?
They call it on Thayer. So that's his second.
Yeah, the only one, Braden Christensen has 3 fouls. That's the only Don in trouble. As Salem turns it over again.
Yeah, right back to the Dons.
Give the Dons credit. They haven't had nearly as many turnovers as the Skyhawks have.
Garrett Hill's running point goes underneath to Christensen. Braden, couple dribbles, right side, Thayer. Chingus. Hard drive, shot up and in. Josh Chingus off the bench.
He rocked that cross step there that time and got the easy bucket.
Shot off, short. And the Dons unable to just pull away against this Salem Hills team. They have a 6-point edge, 38-32 as we head to the third quarter.
MVP Sports is the #1 source for sporting goods in Spanish Fork. Football, soccer, all the fall sports, we've got you covered. Check out our new custom t-shirt builder. Design at home and we'll build it for you. MVP Sports, 72 North Main in Spanish Fork. You know Triple T Heating and Cooling, but did you know that Triple T does plumbing? From tankless hot water, soft water, and reverse osmosis drinking water systems, right down to that leaky faucet. Triple T sure does plumbing. Call Triple T at 801-798-7711 today. Need a new car or truck? The Car Guys has the best selection of used vehicles at the best prices in Spanish Fork. The Car Guys know their automobiles to get you the best car for your needs and your budget. The Car Guys at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork.
Welcome back as we get set for the fourth quarter. The Dons with a 6-point lead over the Salem Hills Skyhawks. Again, thanking the Car Guys, State Farm Insurance, Lance Wilson State Farm, Triple T, Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, along with 2 Jacks Pizza, MVP Sports, along with Spanish Fork Community Network.
Well, all comes down here to this fourth quarter, and both teams playing awfully hard tonight. And this is a ruckus environment, Alan. It should be an exciting finish.
It is loud in here for sure. Salem Hills, it was quiet at first, but now Salem Hills has chiseled their way back into this game. Jax Tobiasen will now go to the free throw line as Salem Hills already putting the Dons in the bonus.
You know, I wonder if some team might try and hack a Tobiasen because he struggles a little bit from the free throw line.
Yeah, however, though, there's some foul trouble when it comes to Salem Hills. First one good for Tobiasen.
And of course he makes the first one.
Of course, say it again, one more time.
He struggles from the free throw line from time to time. So
okay.
Somebody might want to hack him.
Hack-a-jacks.
Hack-a-jacks, I like that. That sounds good.
Second. Missed. Didn't work that time, Chris. Tobiasen almost steals it. Salem Hills with it, however, as Webster goes to the base. He's fouled. They're going to call a blocking foul, but they call it down.
Yeah, they call it down. But Jax Tobiasen almost got another steal there. I credit the Dons. They've been getting in those passing lanes here tonight.
16 foul against the Dons. That one committed by Brandon Congdon.
He's only got 2.
Yeah. And Webster all alone. Branson Webster with the bucket. He has 8 to lead the Skyhawks.
Wow. And great patience by the Skyhawks to get that ball into Webster for an easy layup.
Tobiasen looking for a lane. Turn around. Right-hander, score it. Tobiasen with the bucket.
And the bank's open late on a Friday night as that thing banked on in.
That's right. Don's back to a 7-point lead. Cross-court pass. Those have been trouble for Salem Hills.
They have. It's open, but they've been getting a lot of those stolen.
Yeah, you got to get it up in the air at least, out of the reach of Spanish Fork. Another one. Left side, 3-ball, no. Rebound, Salem has had it. Ball knocked away, it'll stick with the Skyhawks.
I'm sure Salem's got another run in him here. If you're Spanish Fork, though, you want to see if you can't get this lead back up to 12 or 13 here pretty soon.
Nelson back into the game for Salem Hills. James Nelson playing now with 4 fouls. Ball being inbound. Nelson has it. Works it back out to the corner. That's where Salem Hills have had a lot of open shots in the corners, as Nelson already calling for it out there. Webster to Bean to Graffenried. A couple of dribbles. The ball swatted away, and they're going to call a foul against Tobiasen.
That I disagree with. That looked like a pretty clean block to me. Might have got him a little bit with the body, but not a whole lot.
So Bean de Graffenried to the free throw line for 2 shots. De Graffenried was 7 so far, misses the first.
I think that was Karma's way of saying that wasn't a foul.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, both teams are in the bonus, as you mentioned, so this might come down to some free throw shooting at the end of this game.
Yet completely necessary to make shots from the charity stripe for both squads now. The bucket good for de Graffenried, or the free throw good for de Graffenried. Oh, Tobiasen nearly throws it away. Thoyer there to gather up the pieces. Takes it by himself. Nice pass to Christensen, or excuse me, that one to Bridger Knowles, his first bucket, and a great assist by Thoyer. Lance Wilson, great assist. Lance Wilson, State Farm Insurance. 3-ball. Got it. Nice shot by Nelson. Playing with those 4s.
Playing with 4, he has to be careful, but he's very capable of hitting that 3-ball.
He also has 8. Salem Hills with 3 players with 8 points to lead the way, and that's out of bounds off the Dons.
Ooh, and there goes our camera.
Almost. You don't want, if they want anybody on the floor to run you over, you don't want it to be Jax Tobiasen.
You're not a kidding.
Especially if you're one of those innocent cameras. Bean de Graffenried up top. Takes a couple left-hand dribbles. Again, the Dons give him away, but this time pick it off. Thoyer with it. 5-point Dons lead.
And if Spanish Fork hangs on to this game, the key, I think, for them was creating all those turnovers.
Tobiasen holding on. Austin to the base. Shot up, no. And a foul against Austin. Charging foul against Austin Thoyer.
It's an interesting one.
18 fouls against the Dons, 7 against Salem Hills.
Of course, that's an offensive foul, so they won't shoot on that one.
I didn't know that an alma mater standing here next to us of Salem Hills High School. That shot up and missed. This is getting ugly, and a foul committed by Caleb de Graffenried.
And everybody gets up. That's a good sign. There was 3 or 4 people.
You're missing the scoreboard.
I believe Porter Gustin's trying to get in our camera.
Away. He's made his way back from, now that college football season, he's got a little break. He's headed back to town. He's linebacker for USC.
We saw
a great freshman year for the Trojans.
This is a critical FIFO for Hells.
Oh, he missed the front end. And rebounded. Back outside, Thoyer, 3, short, rebound to him. He looks and finds Knowles and a whistle and a foul. So free throws coming for Bridger Knowles.
You gotta calm down a little bit here. The intensity's picked up, and holy cow, there is bodies all over flying on this floor.
For certain. So to the free throw line, Bridger Knowles, he hasn't been attempted free throws yet. Has a field goal here in the 4th. Free throw up, missed it. Dons have to hit him. Missed the front end. Salem on the glass, and a whistle what do we have? The officials running out here like somebody's been shot. They give the ball to the Dons.
You cannot move your elbows like that, and that's exactly what he did. Is he moved those around, and that's a player safety issue.
Dean DeGraff and Reed visibly upset. So Thoyer will inbound underneath for Spanish Fork. He has 13 for the Dons. Those two guards between Tanner Argyle and Thoyer. I guess you could say he's a small forward, but Thoyer is between these two small guys for the Dons. No points here in the fourth quarter, but they have 28 between the two of them.
And the excitement in this game is a little too much for Salem Hills as Coach DeGraff and Reed calls a timeout.
I think at this point, Jimmy DeGraff and Reed's calling this timeout to let the official have it. We want to thank our sponsors, the Car Guys. They're located 872 North Main, as well as Lance Wilson State Farm Insurance, another one of those Main Street businesses. Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. They're located on Main Street, but way up there.
North side of Main.
Yeah, that's right, MVP Sports.
Other side of the tracks almost.
Also on Main Street, Two Jacks Pizza on Main Street. SFCN on Center Street. One of these things not like the other. But nevertheless, you know, all that being said, we want to thank all those Main Street businesses, hometown businesses, for being sponsors here on Spanish Fork 17 for this contest, as things are certainly getting heated up here at Salem Hills High School.
Well, both teams are playing hard. Nobody wants to start the season out 0-1 in region, and they're going all out tonight, and it's turning out to be quite an entertaining battle.
Yeah, I would say. Both of these teams looking for a region victory to start things off. The Dons would like to see that happen on the road.
Yeah, that's a good way to start. That's how they started last season as well here at Salem Hills.
That's right.
With a victory.
Outside, Argyle going left to Tobiasen. Jacks back out to Hales. Thoyer right side. Austin, a couple dribbles to the base, powers his way. The ball tipped out of bounds back to the Dons. 5-point lead again at 43-38. As Austin will inbound for Spanish Fork.
Wow.
Tried to find Hills, but it's stolen away by Caleb DeGraff and Reed. And then they're going to say that Caleb on the line out of bounds to Spanish Fork. Caleb doesn't agree.
I'm not sure about that one myself, but the ref was right down there. It's a difficult call
for the ref because he's right over the top, and you don't know if he's landed back on his back over there or what. So I'm going to have to give Caleb DeGraff and Reed the benefit of the doubt on that one. Bean DeGraff and Reed out. Coming into the game for Salem Hills is Tanner Bills. Probably a short break for Bean. DeGraff and Reed as the Dons get it to their point guard, Tanner Argyle. Argyle across the midcourt line. Tanner tries to take it all the way. He got hacked hard. No call. Rebound to the Skyhawks. Webster to DeGraff and Reed. And they're just going to call a foul. See,
they got to call it both ways. That was a hard foul.
As Jimmy DeGraff and Reed wants a flagrant, sure he won't get it.
If he gets it, then.
But you know, both of the. It seems like the officials have kind of, I don't know if they're letting it go or the intensity by the way they're calling these fouls are just upsetting players. I don't know what's going on out there, but it's like one of those church basketball games between Benjamin First and Lakeshore Second.
Oh, you got to watch out for those Lakeshore Second boys.
Caleb DeGraff and Reed misses the first. Free throws are going to, again, they're huge right now. Second good. You know, between Benjamin and Lakeshore, they're going to have one of those rivalries that you're not really fond of one another. And they come out there in their Levi shorts, they'll knock you around.
Well, that and the cowboy boots.
Underneath, Tobiasen fouled, and the bucket goes. Great assist Is
that Thor that time with the assist?
I
No,
think
that was Argyle.
Yeah, it was Argyle underneath to him, and a great assist by Tanner Argyle, sponsored by Lance Wilson, State Farm Insurance, with that great assist.
And that puts the Dons in the double bonus, and that was another big move.
As Tobiasen misses, however, that 2 points is big. We're up to a 6-point lead for the Dons. Left side, Caleb DeGraffenreid gets it to Nelson. James Nelson to Branson Webster out front. They're going to whistle the Dons for another one, and that'll put the Dons at 10. So 2 shots coming for Branson Webster.
And this game might come down to who can hit their free throws.
Right now, we're not sure if anyone can.
Yeah, and that's very true. Neither team is looking very comfortable behind the charity stripe. Nobody's guarding you. Should be an easy shot, right?
Yeah. But those are sometimes the worst because you know that everybody's staring at you.
Right.
In a clutch situation. Free throw 1, good for Webster. Knowles out of the game for Spanish Fork. Second one, good. And Branson Webster with 8 points. Seems like the entirety of the Salem Hills offense has scored 8 points. Dons with it. Out front, Tanner Argyle. He's been quiet since the first quarter. Theuer shot up, air ball, rebound, back to him. Outside.
Oh.
All got knocked away, and what do we got here? A little extracurricular fun. But a foul against Spanish Fork is going to be 2. The ball went out of bounds.
Ball went out of bounds.
What are they doing?
Oh, they're calling a foul on that?
Okay.
Wow.
That foul committed by number 15, Brady Lewis of the Dons. That's just his first. Again, the Dons really with not a whole lot of foul trouble. Theuer with 3. First one for Nelson, good. James Nelson with 9 points now leads away for Salem Hills. And a 3-point game.
They have Webster up on the board with 10.
Oh, maybe I'm missing something here. That could be. And we got a foul against Spanish.
Wow.
Said he went over the top of somebody, and that will be 4 on Austin.
He went from no foul trouble to big-time foul trouble here just in a matter of a couple minutes.
Caleb DeGraffenreid to the line. He's 1 of 2. Free throw, good.
Salem can cut the lead to 1 here now, and if you're Spanish Fork, you've got to find some offense here to counter Salem Hills.
Brandon Congdon into the game for Theuer with 3:14 left. Caleb with 1 more. No, rebound to who? And no foul can be called. I mean, I don't get it.
I don't think we've had a drive in the last minute of this time of this game where somebody hasn't hit the floor maybe 2 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it's like at certain times I feel like, yeah, well, you know, it's plenty obvious and you better call it. Anyway, I better calm down here myself. That foul will go against Branson Webster, and the Dons will get 2.
That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Hi, welcome to 2 Jack's Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to 2 Jack's Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork, or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
In Spanish Fork, see your good neighbor State Farm agent Lance Wilson for your insurance and financial needs.
Free throws for Tanner Argyle.
Oh, Tanner Argyle, I was going to say.
Number 1 good.
And if you're the Dons, this is the guy you probably want at the free throw line.
Absolutely.
Him and Austin Thor.
Certainly. Argyle has missed a free throw tonight, however. Now 4 of 5. Second one on the way. Make it 5 of 6. He's got 17 points to lead all scorers. And a timeout on the floor. 3:08 remaining. 47-43 for the Spanish Fork Dons. Again, let's thank our sponsors, the car guys, State Farm Insurance, Lance Wilson, State Farm Insurance. They're playing off the good neighbor being their idea as an assist, so we're going to go ahead and give every nice assist we see or you see. Anytime you see a solid assist, think of Lance Wilson, State Farm Insurance. It doesn't even need to be in this game, Chris.
That maybe somebody gives you a donut at work. That's a great assist.
Yeah, we also want to thank Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, along with MVP Sports, who sponsors tonight's MVP of the game, along with the car guys, T-Jacks. Who am I missing? SFCN.
SFCN. I think the key to this game, Alan, is who can calm down and hit those free throws. I think it's honestly, both teams are going to commit a lot of fouls. The intensity's up. The refs are jacked up, I think, as well.
You know, I was kind of told this a long time ago, and maybe it's just because, I don't know, they said, I used to officiate games, and I think it was Matt Marziel who runs Salem's Recreation now, but back then, when we'd do a little seminar for the officials, would remind us to stay subdued as an official because you don't want games to get out of control, and officials can participate in that. Salem Hills with the ball. Caleb DeGraff and Reed looks it to Webster. They look underneath. Nelson trapped back to the corner. 3-ball on the way and good. The bucket made. Cameron Morris, his first of the game, and Salem Hills to within one.
Yeah, within one. That was a huge shot by Cameron Morris, and that's just what the Skyhawks need.
Jax Tobiasen back out to Argyle. Tanner to the base. Tanner, reverse layup, score it. He's going to need to take this over, Chris.
Yeah, he has the capability of taking it over. He just needs he doesn't need to force any shots late in this game. He has a tendency to do that, take his time, but that was a great play by Argyle.
Nearing 2 minutes left in a three-point contest. 49-46 is your score. Salem Hills with the ball on their end. Webster, I think, picked that off from Nelson.
Had to. Everybody was flying to the ball that time.
Up top, Morris. Back out, Nelson. 3, no, and a rebound to the Dons. Jax Tobiasen playing his part on the defensive end.
Great rebound by Tobiasen that time, and maybe the Dons got lucky by being DeGraff and Reed not picking up that foul, although he would be out of the game.
Up top, Hales takes it to the base, or to the key, kicks it back out. Argyle up top, 3-ball and a foul. That's a 3-shot foul as Tanner Argyle will go to the line for him. And this could really put a hammer in the hopes of Salem Hills.
Yeah, if he makes all 3 of these shots, it definitely makes it a two possession game, and both of them need to be 3s.
First for Tanner. Nothing but net.
Looks like he's got ice water running through his veins as that first one hit nothing but the net. 20
points now for Tanner Argyle. It's coming on. I mean, his first quarter at 11 points, only 2 points each in the second and third. Now he's really starting to become, again, that scoring impact player for Spanish Fork when it matters most. Free throw number 2. Yes, sir. One more.
It's nice to see him get up there, and what, 22 right now?
Yeah, 21. Well, they're showing 22 on the board. I think they're wrong, to be honest with you. I honestly believe so.
He's got 21 then?
Yeah, I'm saying 21.
We got a little delay. I don't know what.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if they're looking for someone's teeth out there right now. The way this second half is going.
Some blood there on the floor somewhere, I'm sure.
I've seen less physical football games.
Yes, these 2 teams have played less physical football games against each other.
Yeah. All 3 knocked down by Argyle. He has 22, and the Dons with a 6-point lead. Yeah. Salem Hills, not a ton of time to waste. 3-ball by Nelson, way off. Rebound to Bambro. It was on the line. Spanish Fork ball.
And you're going to get fouled here if you're Spanish Fork, so you got to find who your best free throw shooters are and get them the ball.
I have an idea who that might be. They're going to throw it to Tobias and instead. Argyle out front. He needs to just pull it out. Keep that ball moving. And it's nearly stolen away. Argyle gets it back. Looks.
They're trying to foul.
Knowles gets it back to Argyle. They're trying to foul, and they get one. Tanner Argyle will go to the line for 2 more. 47 ticks left.
That's some fancy dribbling by Argyle, or it's actually Hell's going to free throw line. Or no, Argyle.
It is Argyle. It's just the
camera guy tricking us.
Yeah, he got us.
That was some great dribbling that time. And that's the guy I think, if you're Coach Jesse Roberts, you want the ball in his hand making those free throws.
Absolutely. 8 of 9 tonight. First one. Drains it. Now they're getting it right, I think, on that scoreboard. I knew I was right the whole time. 23 right now.
23 of the 53, that is huge.
Yeah, that is a big offensive impact as the second one drops. 24 of 54, that's nearly half.
Spanish Fork don't foul the three-point shooters here.
DeGraff and Reed, and one. Caleb DeGraff and Reed, that is.
I guess I should have mentioned don't foul the guy going into the layup either.
Yeah, at some point, you almost want to just give them freebies.
Yes. If you're Salem, though, you got to think about just fouling as soon as you can if you don't get that initial steal.
Yeah.
Seeing if you can extend this game.
Yeah, for sure. And to make sure it's not in Argyle's hand. Free throw good for DeGraff and Reed, and a quick whistle and foul as Austin Fire will go to the line for 2.
Austin's another excellent free throw shooter here. We'll see if he can withstand this pressure, though.
Yeah, I was going to say he hasn't been to the line tonight, so free throw shot is not one he's familiar with this evening. Drains a first. 14 for him.
No question about that one either.
One more on the way. 38 seconds left. Drops it. And the Dons back up by 7. This one pretty much in the bag if the Dons can avoid fouls. Nearly picked one up right there. 3 ball, missed by Nelson, rebound to the Dons. Jump ball.
Seen a lot of jump balls tonight. That's kind of unusual.
Sam Higginson just stuck his head in the way of our camera, and we got to apologize for that and just throw him out there under the bus. Sam Higginson's head was blocking the scoreboard.
It's not a picture anybody wants to see.
3 ball, no, and Spanish Fork comfortably can pull this one now. Argyle, you might even want to go ahead and take the 10-second call. Boyer saves it. Hales gets it across and a foul.
Want a timeout. And
well, they blow a whistle and a foul against number 2.
That ball,
Morris.
That ball nearly stolen the foul. Jesse Roberts wants a timeout, and mass chaos. Don's got lucky, though, that time they didn't turn it over.
Yeah, at this point, there's no need for a timeout or anything. I mean, even if it was 20 seconds, just whatever. As long as you don't continue to turn it over, I guess. Garrett knocks it down. That's his second point. We'll get one more. Free throw good. 8-point lead for the Dons. Jimmy DeGraff and Reed is not going to use timeouts here, I don't believe. The Dons are just needing to shift guys in and out of this contest. They can't figure out who they want out there.
Who's in, who's out? I don't know. He wants him out there.
He got a 9-point lead with 12 seconds left. I don't think it really is going to make.
I think he wants to substitute offense for defense, but it's all for naught because it's going to take a huge miracle for Salem Hills to win this thing.
Yeah, and 9 seconds on it. DeGraff and Reed, Caleb misses and a foul. A courtesy call, if you will, by the underneath official.
As the rest of us want the game to end, the official will go ahead and extend it here for a few more seconds.
That's right. To the free throw line, Caleb DeGraff and Reed. for Salem Hills. He's got 12, now 13 to lead the way for the Skyhawks.
I must say this has been quite the entertaining matchup, and if you're a Spanish Fork Dons fan, it's going to be a huge way to start region play.
Absolutely. So one more free throw coming for Caleb DeGraffenried. On the way, good. 7 seconds left. Salem Hills still not giving up. Ball knocked away and a foul against Salem Hills.
Now you got to be worried about somebody getting injured because
and that was awkward the way Garrett Hales went down right there.
Garrett's not the biggest guy. I mean, he's a competitor, but
certainly. But a big win for Spanish Fork to start region play. Free throw number 1, no good for Garrett. Now 3 of 6 from the line. That's where all of his points have come from. One more, got it. So 4 for him. Game ticking down. 3 ball on the way by Nelson, no good, and that is the way it's going to end. 59-51 for the Spanish Fork Dons. We'll take a quick break and recap the game when we come back here on Spanish Fork 17.
Hi, welcome to 2 Jacks Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to 2 Jacks Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
In Spanish Fork, see your good neighbor State Farm agent Lance Wilson for your insurance and financial needs.
Big win for the Spanish Fork Dons to begin region play against the Salem Hills Skyhawks, a 59-51 victory. And the Dons, I'm telling you, Chris, that was a beat 'em up, bruise 'em up contest. I thought for a minute there we were watching some Monday Night Football action.
Might have been rugby, might have been Monday Night Football, but the intensity was high. Players were flying all over the place. There's going to be some icy hot, I think, needed tonight as well. Maybe some ibuprofen. We'll have to see. But, wow, that was a huge win for the Dons.
Yeah, big contest, a big win. Got to give credit to Jimmy DeGraffenried and the Salem Hills Skyhawks. They put together a competitive game.
Yeah, they
They've
did.
fallen down pretty big in that first half. Got some momentum, brought themselves back into the contest, and really put pressure on the Dons. But the Dons, they overcame and overwhelmed Salem Hills here on their home floor.
Right. Spanish Fork built them a 13-point lead there in the first half, and Salem Hills battled back to get that to a 1-point lead.
We want to thank tonight's sponsor of our MVP of the game, and it's MVP Sports. Who do you pick as your MVP of the game tonight, Chris?
We're gonna go with Tanner Argyle. He had 24 total points. He started off hot as a pistol there in the first quarter with 11 of those, and that really set the tone for this ball game. Yeah,
he had 11 points in the first quarter, only had 2 in each the second and third quarter, but then had another big fourth quarter to end up with 24 points, had 9 in that fourth quarter. And then it was his free throws that really helped push the Dons over the top, because he was the one that was accepting the majority of those fouls.
Yeah, I believe he had 7 free throws in that fourth quarter, and that's huge. And that's, we mentioned during the broadcast when we thought it might come down to free throws, and Spanish Fork sure answered the call when they needed to from behind the stripe.
Yeah, close second though. Austin Thoyer, he came in, had a dead first quarter, but stayed steady and knocked down 3 3-pointers for the Spanish Fork Dons and ended with 15 points.
Well, if you're Spanish Fork, you got to be happy with this first win, but you can't be satisfied because they've got another game coming up Tuesday. I believe it's Wasatch. It'll be here on Channel 17. Yeah. Also, Maple Mountain that same Tuesday will be on Channel 16 in this very venue against the Skyhawks.
So you get to see 2 back-to-back games here if you're a Maple Mountain and a Spanish Fork fan. Interchange both.
You can channel surf.
That's right. But once again, though, we want to thank MVP Sports for sponsoring tonight's MVP of the game. They are located at 72 North Main in Spanish Fork. 798-3587 is the number. And we want to thank all our sponsors of tonight's game. The Car Guys, located at 872 North Main. Lance Wilson State Farm at 220 North Main. Triple T Heating and Cooling and Plumbing at around 1500 North Main. Two Jacks Pizza at 30 North Main. We love Main Street, and we love our sponsors, along with Spanish Fork Community Network, certainly built for speed, and Spanish Fork 17, a part of that, Chris. But again, a solid 59-51 win for the Dons.
Yeah, that's huge, and hopefully they can build on that momentum and see if they can't compete for that region championship. My early favorite pick will be Maple Mountain, so we should have some good basketball played on the Channel 17 and Channel 16 this season.
Payson also going to be in the mix. Wasatch also going to be in the mix. I mean, this is going to be a tough region. It's going to be maybe the black and blue region if you look at it in 4A ranks.
Yeah, if tonight was any indication, there's going to be a lot of ice applied this season.
Absolutely. But again, we want to thank all those who helped make this game possible. Again, your final score, 59 for the Dons, 51 for the Skyhawks. I'm Alan Huff, along with Chris Hurst. From everybody from Spanish Fork 17, we thank you for joining us, and until next time, so long from Salem Hills High School.
MVP Sports is the #1 source for sporting goods in Spanish Fork. Football, soccer, all the fall sports, we've got you covered. Check out our new custom t-shirt builder. Design at home and we'll build it for you. MVP Sports, 72 North Main in Spanish Fork. You know Triple T Heating and Cooling, but did you know that Triple T does plumbing? From tankless hot water, soft water, and reverse osmosis drinking water systems, right down to that leaky faucet. Triple T sure does plumbing. Call Triple T at 801-798-7711 today. Need a new car or truck? The Car Guys has the best selection of used vehicles at the best prices in Spanish Fork. The Car Guys know their automobiles to get you the best car for your needs and your budget. The Car Guys at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork.